Fortnite Season 3 just got entirely leaked, from us having our first look into the full battle pass to getting info about some of the many new gameplay features that are going to be introduced, and even a teaser at a full-scale live event. Here's everything you need to know about Fortnite Season 3 Galactic Battle. And speaking of the battle pass though, we already have our first look at next season's chosen characters that'll be featured in it, and this particular one should come as no surprise. Dedicated Star Wars fans will probably already know what I'm talking about, and it's of course none other than Emperor Palpatine, who was previously rumored but now is confirmed to be coming to the game next season. Within the game's files though, right now there's an unreleased lightsaber that features lightning abilities, and by the leaked key art and the trailer it looks like we're getting that as well. And if you've seen the movies, then you already know it makes perfect sense for Palpatine to finally be a part of the game after he had his infamous dialogues in the Star Wars event during Chapter 2.
The day of the Sith.
And in the background you can even see his very own green llama. The next skin that'll be in the battle pass though is bound to shock a lot of people, as it really came out of nowhere. You may be familiar with the character Jar Jar Binks, who's basically a comedic relief character in the prequel films. And from the trailer he's now confirmed to be taking the spot of the meme skin in the battle pass. But it's not just Jar Jar, because you also might remember that in the Star Wars event we could vote for a scene showcasing Darth Jar Jar all the way back in Chapter 2, which is based on a fan theory within the Star Wars community, and now they actually did it, bringing the character to life inside Fortnite. Something else that many speculated we would be seeing though is something that we first saw Epic do with the latest Marvel season. You'll recall we got characters like Pilverine or Captain Jones, and now we're getting even more mashups, because this is the first time we're getting a Wookiee team leader, which is a take on the classic Cuddle team leader skin, but instead mixed with Chewbacca, who is already an outfit. And then we're also going to be seeing a character which was even more unexpected. You may recall Evie from Chapter 3 Season 3, and she's now back featuring a Jedi apprentice appearance, but also a style where she's a Sith, which is really cool. And at the same time it's tricky, because during Absolute Doom many people had mixed feelings regarding remixes, and now it seems like a cool idea while others think it's cheap and would have preferred getting actual collab characters instead, but this is what we got. That's why this time Epic is focusing on more actual characters from Star Wars. One of the most anticipated ones yet was Mace Windu, known for his iconic purple lightsaber which we've had for ages, and he was spotted in the teaser trailer for Season 3. However, he's not going to be part of the battle pass, but rather in the item shop, meaning that there's going to be a lot of item shop skins as well next season, and we'll get to some of those very soon. It also looks like we're getting characters from all the different Star Wars movies, because 2 skins coming are actually from the sequel trilogy, which no one saw coming. That's right, both Captain Phasma and the character Poe Dameron are both coming to the game next season after they were spotted in the brand new key art. But most importantly, we could also finally be getting the First Order Trooper skin after it was briefly seen in the first Star Wars event and then never again. And one specific skin that both Star Wars and Fortnite fans alike are gonna love next season is one that you can customize however you wish. For years, fans have been asking for customizable clone trooper skin, but we just got something that is way better: a customizable Mandalorian outfit. This way, everyone could have a chance at having the new Mandalorian outfit, because the original one was locked behind the Chapter 2 Season 5 Battle Pass, along with Baby Yoda, who now returned as a backbling. And something else we found out is very big regarding next season's gameplay, and it hints at something we've wanted for a long time. In all of Star Wars X Fortnite collabs, players were upset that we never got an actual spaceship vehicle like an X-Wing or a TIE Fighter, 2 of the most iconic vehicles in the universe. And in the new trailer, it's confirmed that we'll be seeing both X-Wings and TIE Fighters that you can fly around in and even co-pilot, accurate to the movies. And we may have our first look at another Star Wars vehicle that's coming, which was secretly spotted within the trailer. If you take a closer look at the background of the desert POI, you're going to spot this thing, which is actually a sand crawler. In the Star Wars universe, they're large vehicles used for transportation of rubbish items and loot, so it's very likely that they could be a similar addition like the armored trucks from this season, but coming soon. But the new vehicles don't end here, as we already may be getting one of the most iconic vehicles from all of Star Wars. Of course, most of you are already familiar with the iconic AT-AT vehicle, as it's very well known. And now you could take a look at the top right corner of the new key art, and you'll see that it could be spotted there, meaning it could be an addition next season, and let me just say, things are looking super OP. What may come as a surprise though is that we're also getting a Fortnite original vehicle instead of just Star Wars ones. In the past, there's been armored battle buses with turrets, and we were able to roam the island within them. Well, in the new trailer, we can spot a regular flying battle bus, but with the exact same turrets on it, making everyone think that after 8 years, we could finally be able to fly the real battle bus and use it as a vehicle. Driving around in these vehicles though, you may begin to wonder what other new POIs will we have. And the most important one so far is the one similar to the Mos Eisley Cantina Bar POI that we had during Chapter 2 Season 5. This Tatooine-inspired sand biome seems to have overtaken the area at Hopeful Heights, so this is a POI that we'll be saying goodbye to from this season. And another possible location is one inspired from the Starkiller base as seen in the key art right behind Captain Phasma and the First Order troopers. And since the top right of the key art showcased an icy biome, we can only assume assume we're getting a POI inspired from the planet Hoth as well. Within the grand finale of season 3, it'll all be ending in a big live event where we'll supposedly be sabotaging the Death Star itself, which will be a major part next season as it'll be supposedly hovering menacingly above the island, and we'll have to put an end to Emperor Palpatine's plans. In the beginning of the trailer, we can see the Emperor watching plans of the Death Star, which is aiming directly at Lone Wolf Lair, making many people speculate that it has something to do with the mysterious statue that's hidden underneath after it was first spotted in Lost Lake. The event is also meant to be interactive, described as an experience that'll make players feel like the fate of the galaxy is in their hands. But before this happens, we're getting weekly updates of content, and naturally new skins are going to be in the item shop. And there's another character from the Star Wars prequel movies that's going to be coming within Fortnite Galactic Battle, and this one's definitely a fan favorite. Based on some leaks, the skin is codenamed Tin, and it's even said to have a beard. And if you haven't already thought of what rhymes with Tin, I'm talking about Qui-Gon Jinn, a very beloved character in the franchise, even though he was only in one movie. This guy is also said to be an NPC, which kind of adds to his character in the movie, as he was always more of a peaceful Jedi. And speaking of some other characters who haven't appeared as much, this one is slightly less known, but real Star Wars fans will recognize him. There's a leaked codename called Clawpad Host, and the character people associated with is Captain Rex from Star Wars The Clone Wars. The reason is simple, since Claw could refer to a T-Rex, hence the character's name, and Pad because of the signature pad that he wears on his shoulder, and Host because in the show he's the leader of a clone battalion. And the season looks to be filled with characters from the Star Wars universe, but not all of them are going to be part of the battle pass. We already know that a lot of them are going to be in the item shop, but one in particular is already known. The codename for this item shop skin is Gold Droid, and it's a dead giveaway because we already know it's going to be C-3PO. He already has got a back bling from Chewbacca right now, but it looks like in season 3 he's getting his own skin. After all this time, next season we could finally be able to use him alongside his best friend R2-D2, who's just a back bling. And along with those two, there's another iconic droid that we're going to see in Fortnite, and it's now more possible than ever in season 3. Of course, I'm talking about BB-8, which was arguably the highlight of the late Star Wars movies. It's basically confirmed that we're getting cosmetics for it, so we might see it as a back bling just like R2-D2. And not only that, but Fortnite also has its first actor with 3 skins. Because with Poe Dameron finally being added, it means the actor Oscar Isaac has 3 skins now, because he plays Moon Knight, Spider-Man 2099, and his new Star Wars character, which we just got confirmed. And Epic managed to sneak in just the perfect giveaway of what season 3's theme is going to be this season, and it makes perfect sense now. And I'm sure you know by now that season 3 isn't going to be a full-length season, but rather a mini season during the middle of the chapter. Yep, the mini Star Wars season is going to last 35 days, which reveals that Epic actually listened from their mistakes. One of the biggest issues within both of the Marvel seasons that we have had is that not everyone was a fan of a specific brand taking over the entirety of Fortnite for nearly 3 months. And so, with this change, Fortnite has had the chance to please both hardcore and Star Wars fans at the same time, and the majority of its casual player base, because it's going to be relatively short. That's everything coming in Fortnite Season 3 Galactic Battle, so like and subscribe for more.